You do not need a pill to raise your testosterone. What if a handful of floor movements could trigger your body's own hormone production, with no supplements and no needles? After 30, your testosterone drops about 1% every year. Watch for the fourth movement, because it recruits more total muscle at once than any other on this list. To get there, start with the deep throne, which wakes up the largest muscle you own. The bodyweight squat is the single most powerful hormonal lever you have, and it is sitting in plain sight. Here is the reason it works. Your testosterone response to exercise scales with how much muscle you put under tension at once, and your legs and glutes are the largest muscles in your body. When you load them hard with controlled, full-range work, your body answers with a measurable acute rise in testosterone that peaks in the half hour after you finish. A leg machine isolates and assists, but a deep bodyweight squat forces your whole lower body to work as one, which is exactly the signal that drives the hormone response. You don't need a gym. You don't need to be young. You just need to do this right. Stand with your feet a little wider than your shoulders, toes turned slightly out, and your arms reaching forward for balance. Push your hips back and bend your knees, lowering as far as your body comfortably allows, ideally until your thighs reach parallel or lower. Keep your chest tall and your weight in your heels, and drive up through the floor without letting your knees cave inward. The most common mistake is rushing, so take 3 slow seconds to lower and 1 second to stand. Do 8 to 12 controlled reps for 3 sets, resting only about a minute between them. Each hard set sends a wave of hormonal signaling through your body, the kind that builds and maintains muscle instead of letting it quietly waste away. This is the difference between staying capable and self-reliant into your 70s and watching your strength slip a little further every year, but your legs are only the first lever. There is a movement that recruits nearly as much muscle while it rebuilds the part of you that ages fastest, and you feel it every time you get up off the ground. When was the last time your backside actually did its job instead of your lower back picking up the slack? For most men who sit all day, the answer is rarely, and that matters more than it sounds. Years of sitting switch off your glutes, the powerful muscles that should drive every time you stand, climb, and lift, and when they go quiet, you lose both strength and a chunk of that large muscle hormone signal. The glute bridge wakes them back up and puts them back under real tension, which is where the hormonal payoff lives. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart, heels close to your backside. Press through your heels and lift your hips toward the ceiling until your body forms a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Squeeze your glutes hard at the top, hold for a breath, then lower with control rather than dropping. The mistake here is arching your lower back to get higher. So keep your ribs down and let your glutes do the work, not your spine. Do 10 to 15 reps for 3 sets, squeezing firmly at the top of each one. When you fire these muscles with intent, you are reclaiming a major source of power and hormonal drive that sitting quietly stole from you. After a few weeks, you will feel your hips drive you up out of a low chair without your hands, and your lower back stop aching by the end of the day. But waking up your hips is only part of the picture, and the next movement answers a question almost every man asks once he starts training again. Real quick before the next one. The most common question I get from men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s starting this is simple. How often and for how long before I feel anything? The honest answer is that the acute spike comes from each session, but the lasting rise in your baseline comes from showing up consistently over weeks, and the full progression is in the ebook I put together. It is a complete system of 50 isometric holds, organized for men who want to rebuild without joint damage, and the holds are the deeper strength layer that makes movements like these pay off even faster. The link is in the description below. Now to the movement men always ask about. You might think squats are all your legs need, and that lunges are just a harder version of the same thing. What if the reverse lunge does something squats cannot? Training each leg on its own and exposing the strength imbalance that quietly limits you. Most men are noticeably stronger on one side, and that gap shows up as a wobble when you climb stairs, step off a curb, or catch your balance. Training one leg at a time under load forces both sides to pull their weight, recruits a large amount of muscle, and keeps the hormonal signal high. Stand tall, then step one foot straight back and lower until both knees are bent at about 90 degrees, your back knee hovering just above the floor. Keep your torso upright and your weight through the front heel, then drive back up to standing through that front leg. The common mistake is letting the front knee collapse inward or the torso pitch forward, so keep the knee tracking over your foot and your chest proud. If balance is hard at first, Rest a hand on a wall or chair until it steadies. Do 8 to 10 reps per leg for 3 sets, moving slowly and under control. It is like leveling the foundation under a house, taking the side that has been carrying too much and the side that has been coasting and making them equal again. That balance is what keeps a stumble from becoming a fall in the decades ahead. The men who keep doing these are the ones still trusting their own bodies at 80. Subscribe so the next one finds you. Now, the movement that drives the hormone response hardest of all 5. Have you noticed that lowering yourself to the floor and getting back up has started to feel like a project? That single ability is one of the strongest predictors of how long you stay independent, and it trains nearly your entire body at once. This is the movement I promise drives the hormone response the hardest, and the reason is simple. It demands your legs, hips, core, and shoulders all work together against your full body weight, which is the exact large muscle, full effort pattern that triggers the biggest acute testosterone rise. Start standing, then lower yourself down to a seated position on the floor using as little support from your hands as you can manage. From there, continue down to lying, then reverse the whole sequence, rising back up to standing in a smooth, controlled flow. The mistake is collapsing and using momentum, so move with deliberate control in both directions, owning every stage. If a full get-up is too much at first, use one hand on the floor and a chair beside you, and reduce the support as you get stronger. Do 5 to 8 smooth rounds for 2 or 3 sets, breathing steadily throughout. Within a few weeks, you will catch yourself dropping down to play on the floor with a grandchild and rising again without a thought, the kind of effortless capability that quietly disappears after 50 if you let it. But raw power means little without the strength to brace and control it, and the last movement is what holds the whole system together. This is the movement I built up to. The one that ties your new strength to the way you actually live. Carrying a heavy load in one hand while you walk forces your entire core to brace against being pulled sideways, and it loads your grip, shoulders, and legs all at once under real weight. Strong legs and powerful hips mean little if your trunk folds the moment you pick up something heavy and walk with it. Grab a single heavy object in one hand, a loaded bag, a dumbbell, a water jug, anything with real weight, and let it hang at your side. Stand tall. Pull your shoulder down and back, brace your core as if expecting a light punch, and walk slowly and deliberately across the room and back. The mistake is leaning away from the weight or letting your shoulder hike up, so stay stacked and level, resisting the pull the whole way. Switch hands and repeat for the same distance, and if the weight is too much, start lighter and build. Walk for about 30 seconds per side for 2 or 3 rounds, keeping every step controlled. Being able to carry a real load across a room without your body buckling is the clearest sign all the strength you just built actually works in your life. This is the movement standing between hauling your own groceries and luggage at 70, and having to ask, and your body answers because you trained it to. Build this into your week in 3 layers. Aim for 2 or 3 sessions, with a rest day between them. Layer 1 is the deep throne and the bridge of power, 3 sets each, your foundation. Layer 2 adds the climbing stride for 3 sets per leg and the ground riser for 2 or 3 rounds. Layer 3 is the iron carry, 2 or 3 rounds per side, to tie it all to real life. Keep your tempo slow and your form honest, and add a rep before you ever add speed. And here's the natural next step. If you want these movements to actually raise your baseline and not just spike it for an hour, sleep and recovery do half the work. And I broke down the exact holds that calm your system and protect your hormones in this video. It pairs directly with what you just learned, so watch that one next.